Good morning. So let's get started with our program of national movement, international movement. So yesterday we started talking about the non-cooperation movement, NCM, which I said is a Khilafat Swaraj movement. Khilafat Swaraj movement or non-cooperation movement. So Khilafat Swaraj movement, why I said this Khilafat Swaraj movement? Because the objective of non-cooperation movement was attainment of Swaraj. Again, Swaraj was not defined. So objective was Swaraj, and the Khilafat issue, that is the religious issue of the Muslims. Religious issues of the Muslims was integrated in this movement. So therefore it is called Khilafat Swaraj movement. Khilafat Swaraj movement. Because the religious movement of the Muslims was integrated in this movement. So this is called Khilafat Swaraj movement. Khilafat Swaraj movement. So the first factor that is started talking about, what is the first factor? The causes of the non-cooperation movement. Jallianwala Bagh incident. Jallianwala Bagh incident. Yesterday we have talked that Gandhi insisted apology from the British. For Jallianwala Bagh. Apology from British for Jallianwala Bagh. But British rejected the demand of Gandhi. So Gandhi wanted mass movement. Against British. Mass movement against British. Second, Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement was, in First World War, the Ottoman Empire was disintegrated and the post of Khalifa was humiliated because the king of the Ottoman Empire was the religious head of the Muslims. So post of Khalifa was humiliated. So throughout the world, Muslim wanted to restore the post of Khalifa in Turkey, and this is called Khilafat movement. So in India also, the Khilafat movement started by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, the Ali brothers, and that is how the Khilafat movement was very much admired. So Ali brothers, and All India Khilafat Committee was constituted. Its first meeting was held in Delhi, and Gandhi became the member of that committee. And Gandhi decided to integrate the Khilafat movement in non-cooperation movement. And that is the reason why the non-cooperation movement, after the integration of these religious issues, became a religio-political movement or Khilafat Swaraj movement. So, Khilafat movement was a religious movement of the Muslims. Religious movement of the Muslims. Khilafat movement was a religious movement of the Muslims. In First World War, Turkey was defeated by England. Turkey was defeated by England. Post of Khalifa was humiliated. Post of Khalifa was humiliated because Ottoman Empire disintegrated, because Ottoman Empire disintegrated. So Muslims throughout the world started campaign to restore the post of Khalifa. Campaign to restore the post of Khalifa. This is known as Khilafat movement. This is known as Khilafat movement. All India Khilafat Committee was constituted. Khilafat Committee was constituted in India by Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. So in India also the Khilafat movement had started. Khilafat movement had started. In India also the Khilafat movement had started. Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. The first meeting of All India Khilafat Committee The first meeting of All India Khilafat Committee was held in Delhi. Was held in Delhi. All India Khilafat Committee was held in Delhi. Gandhi became member of that committee. Member of that committee. And he integrated Khilafat movement with non-cooperation movement. He integrated the Khilafat movement with non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement. He integrated Khilafat movement with non-cooperation movement. Therefore, it is called Khilafat Swaraj movement. So, second factor. Third factor, economic impact of the war. Economic impact of the war. Economic impact of the war, that is impact of the First World War. First World War. Impact of the First World War. There was price rise. And deindustrialization. Price rise and deindustrialization. There was price rise and deindustrialization. So, unemployment was very high. Was very high. This is the economic impact of the war. So, unemployment was very high. Fourth, in 1920, Gandhi became president of Indian Home Rule League. Indian Home Rule League. And he integrated the Home Rule League movement in non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement. He gave new name to Home Rule League movement, HRL movement. I hope you won't create any trouble here in your understanding. Indian Home Rule movement. He integrated this movement into non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement. He integrated this movement into non-cooperation movement. He gave new name to Home Rule League movement. New name to Home Rule League movement. It was known as Swaraj Sabha. Swaraj Sabha. He gave new name to Home Rule League movement, and it is known as Swaraj Sabha. So these are the four factors you can see that resulted in beginning of the Home Rule League movement. Resulted in beginning of Home Rule League movement. These are the four factors you can count. Resulted in beginning of Home Rule League movement. Swaraj Sabha was established. So Gandhi, he was of democratic temperament always. So he wanted to pass the Home Rule League movement on the Swaraj Sabha and the non-cooperation movement all in the session of Indian National Congress. So in Calcutta session of Indian National Congress, Gandhi wanted that non-cooperation resolution should be passed. So a special session was arranged. World War was overall economic development in the world, not only in the Europe. Whenever there is industrial sickness, the things would be worst because the export affected badly. So economic crisis was all over. The British was using the finance of India indirectly. So therefore it had economic impact on India. Okay. Gandhi wanted to pass non-cooperation resolution non-cooperation resolution in session of Indian National Congress. In session of Indian National Congress. So he convened a special session of Congress at Calcutta in September 1920. In September 1920. A special session at Calcutta in September 1920. September 1920. But 1 month before this session, the veteran Congress leader Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he died. Death of Tilak had sent the huge shockwave among the nationalists. In Calcutta session, Tilak Swaraj Fund was constituted. Tilak Swaraj Fund was constituted. 1 crore rupees was collected. ₹1 crore was collected. Which was utilized in progress of non-cooperation movement and constructive program. Which was utilized in progress of non-cooperation movement and constructive program. Constructive program. Gandhi gave the slogan Swaraj within a year. Swaraj within a year. This was a slogan of non-cooperation movement. Swaraj within a year, which was slogan of non-cooperation movement. Swaraj within a year was slogan of non-cooperation movement. So Gandhi and Tilak. Gandhi was simply an extension of Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Gandhi was legacy of Gokhale, both. Legacy of Gokhale, both. Tilak and Gandhi. Tilak used the concept of boycott, which was a basic of the extremist movement. Boycott. Used the concept of boycott, which was a basic of the extremist movement. Gandhi, constructive boycott. Constructive boycott. That is not only a position of the British goods and services, but suggesting and creating good alternative also. So constructive boycott. Boycott and constructive boycott. Tilak was first person who realized the Hindu-Muslim unity for mass movement. Hindu-Muslim unity for mass movement. Hindu-Muslim unity for mass movement. And Gandhi, he was messenger of Hindu-Muslim unity. During the Home Ruling movement, HRL movement means Home Ruling movement. Home Rule League movement, HRL movement. Gandhi started mass contact program. Mass contact program. HRL movement. Gandhi started mass contact program. And Gandhi, the sole objective of Gandhi, to generate awareness among the various sections of Indian society in nationalist movement, to generate awareness among the various sections of Indian society in nationalist movement. In nationalist movement. In nationalist movement. Sole objective of Gandhi to generate awareness of various sections of society in nationalist movement. Tilak, he used religion for moral regeneration of Indians. Moral regeneration of Indians, like Shivaji festival and Ganesh festival. Ganesh festival. Shivaji festival and Ganesh festival. Gandhi also used the concept Ram Raj, where anybody can live without fear. Ram Raj, where anybody can live without fear. Ram Raj. That is stateless system. No government, no police, no court, no judge. Stateless system. Ram Raj means where everybody can live without any fear, without any fervor. Fervor means dar bhai. So a stateless system, Ram Raj. Both had high valued journalism. Both had high valued journalism. High valued journalism. Gandhi was also using journalism to propagate his ideas. Journalism to propagate his ideas. Tilak published Kesari and Marathi. Kesari was in English, Kesari was in Marathi language. And Marathi was in English language. Marathi was in English language. So Kesari and Marathi. Gandhi published Indian Opinion. Navjeevan, Harijan newspapers to strengthen the ideas of national movement. To strengthen the ideas of national movement. Tilak wrote Gita Rahasya. And Gandhi always believed in the theory of karma. And Gita. Always believed in theory of karma and Gita. Gita Rahasya. Tilak said, this is something golden statement. There is no example in human history. There is no example in human history where ruler is guided by the interest of the ruled. There is no example in human history where ruler is guided by the interest of the ruled. So it is foolish on our part to think that British will do good for us. Said that there is no example in human history where ruler is guided by the interest of the ruled. So it is foolish on our part to think that British will do good for us. And Gandhi said that it is not British government in India is bad. Gandhi said it is not British government in India is bad, but whole British system is bad. And cooperation in any form cooperation in any form with this satanic government cooperation in any form with this satanic government is sin. Cooperation in any form with this satanic government is sin. So Tilak and Gandhi Gandhi was extension of Tilak. This question is quite expected. All of you can look at the question, then you can find out that how to relate between Gandhi and Tilak. So 1920, change the paragraph, 1920, after Calcutta session, Calcutta session, non-cooperation resolution was passed. This was a special session presided by Lala Lajpat Rai. It was a special session presided by Lala Lajpat Rai. Special session presided by Lala Lajpat Rai. In 1920, annual session of Congress was held at Nagpur. This is Calcutta session, September 1920, and December 1920 there was a Nagpur session presided by Bir Raghavacharya. Bir Raghavacharya. This session was presided by Bir Raghavacharya. In this annual session, the Congress Working Committee was constituted, CWC. Congress Working Committee, CWC, was constituted. CWC was constituted in 1920. With 15 members. 15 members. with 15 members. Congress Working Committee. Fifteen members. Provincial Congress organization was established. Provincial Congress organization was established on linguistic basis. On linguistic basis. Provincial Congress organization was established on linguistic basis. On linguistic basis. So in non-cooperation movement, there was constructive program and non-constructive program. Non-constructive program. Constructive program and non-constructive program. Non-constructive program means boycott. Boycott. Boycott of British goods and services. Goods and services. School and colleges. School and colleges. Boycott of British cloth. Picketing of liquor shop. Picketing of liquor shop. Boycott of goods and services, school and colleges, British cloth, picketing of liquor shop. Surrender of titles. Titles. Non-payment of land revenue. In non-zamindari areas. Non-payment of land revenue in non-zamindari areas. Non-zamindari areas. Constructive program means the opening of national school and colleges. School and colleges. Opening of national school and colleges. Promotion of vernacular language. Language. Promotion of khadi. Khadi. Shanti Niketan, Vishwa Bharati University. University. Osmania University. Jamia Millia Islamia University was established. Kashi Vidyapeeth. These all are established during non-cooperation movement. So Jamia Millia Islamia, Kashi Vidyapeeth. So non-constructive and constructive program. Gandhi had made the thing very clear that entire movement will be non-violent movement. Entire movement will be non-violent movement. But despite the Gandhian call of non-violence, there was violence at Chauri Chaura. Violence at Chauri Chaura. Despite the Gandhian call of non-violence, there was violence at Chauri Chaura. Chauri Chaura, in which many policemen died. Many policemen died. Violence at Chauri Chaura, in which many policemen had died. Many policemen had died. This is a place in UP near Gorakhpur. When the Satyagrahists had attacked on the police station. So many policemen died. When the Satyagrahis had attacked the police station. Chauri Chaura. This incident had taken place on the 5th February 1922. And on 12th February 1922, Gandhi at Bardoli meeting decided to take back non-cooperation movement. Decided to take back non-cooperation movement. Bardoli meeting decided to take back non-cooperation movement. So 12th February 1922. In Bardoli session, decided to take back non-cooperation movement. So obviously consequences of the withdrawal will be there. So consequences of the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement is quite serious, because many youth at a very high position in the job, they left the services. They left the services and they actually were very much frustrated when Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Like for example, Subhash Chandra Bose, he left his a very prestigious job, and then he left the very prestigious job and then joined the non-cooperation movement with Gandhi. And he was the person who carried forward the slogan Swaraj within a year, from village to village. Swaraj within a year, from village to village. So he said that when the enthusiasm of the people was at its zenith, the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was nothing less than national shame. Was nothing less than national shame. So this is a national shame, as said by Subhash Chandra Bose. Even the Muslims were also very much frustrated. The Muslims, those who participated in the nationalist movement, they were different, but those who participated in non-cooperation movement because of the religious reason of the Khilafat movement. So the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was withdrawal of Khilafat movement as well. So therefore, the Khilafat movement was very much justified in the non-cooperation, but once it was taken back, the Muslims accused Gandhi of stabbing them in the back. Muslims accused Gandhi of negating the sentiments of the Muslims. So it definitely had increased the communal theory. But one thing, the nationalists explained the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement or the justified the withdrawal, and there's no point of talking about the Muslim communalism. So nationalists said that during the non-cooperation movement, definitely Khilafat Swaraj movement was taken as a big hype, but withdrawal should not be called as a negating the sentiments of the Muslim, because in Turkey there was a reform initiated by Mustafa Kemal Pasha. He declared Turkey a secular state. Turkey was made a part of the Europe, and at the same time in 1924 he formally abolished the post of Khalifa. So the process of abolition of the post of Khalifa had already started in 1922. So if there is no post of Khalifa in Turkey, there is no relevance of Khilafat movement also. And that is the reason why Gandhian action was justified. So you can take the heading Consequences of the Withdrawal of Non-Cooperation Movement. 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 First, Gandhi came to India as a youth icon. So youth of India was very much mobilized with the Gandhian movement. Very much mobilized with the Gandhian movement. Many youth had left the job. Many youth had left the prestigious job like Subhash Chandra Bose, and made valuable contribution in non-cooperation movement, and made a valuable contribution in non-cooperation movement. Valuable contribution in non-cooperation movement. Many youth of India had made a valuable contribution in non-cooperation movement. After the withdrawal of movement, after the withdrawal of movement, Subhash Chandra Bose criticized Gandhi and called Gandhi of stabbing Muslims in the back, called Gandhi of stabbing Muslims in the gap. Subhash Chandra Bose called Gandhi as a change this statement. Subhash Chandra Bose called Gandhi that the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was a national shame. National shame. Second, Muslims accused Gandhi of negating the sentiments of the Muslims. Accused Gandhi of negating the sentiments of the Muslims. Muslims accused Gandhi of negating the sentiments of the Muslims. Negating the sentiments of the Muslims. Because withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was withdrawal of Khilafat movement also. Withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was withdrawal of Khilafat movement also. Withdrawal of Khilafat movement also. Withdrawal of non-cooperation movement was withdrawal of Khilafat movement also. But Gandhian action was justified Gandhian action was justified because in Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Pasha had started reform In Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Pasha had started reform. Had started reform. Turkey was declared as a modern state. Turkey was declared as a modern state. Modern state. And secular state. Modern state and secular state. Turkey was declared as a part of Europe. Turkey was declared as a part of the Europe. Was declared as part of Europe. In 1924, Mustafa Kemal Pasha abolished the post of Khalifa. Abolished the post of Khalifa. Since there was no post of Khalifa, so there was no relevance of Khilafat movement. Since there was no post of Khalifa, so there was no relevance of Khilafat movement. No relevance of Khilafat movement. Therefore, Gandhian action was justified. And Gandhi was not responsible for spread of communalism. Gandhi was not responsible for spread of communalism. Gandhi was not responsible for spread of communalism. Third, many revolutionaries before the First World War was very active. Before the First World War was very active. But they left Gandhian movement to give it a chance. to give it a chance. But after suspension of non-cooperation movement, they once again became very active. Suspension of non-cooperation movement, they once again became very active. And second phase of revolutionary movement had started. So many revolutionaries, they once again started the second phase of revolutionary movement. So after suspension, second phase of revolutionary movement had started. Second phase of revolutionary movement had started. Fourth, Gandhi was charged with the case of sedition. Case of sedition. Case of sedition. And therefore he was imprisoned for 6 years in Yerbada jail, Pune. Imprisoned for 6 years in Yerbada jail, Pune. Fifth point, some members of the Congress like C.R. Das, he was a very senior fellow, C.R. Das, and Motilal Nehru, father of Jawaharlal Nehru. They decided to form separate political party known as Swaraj Party. Swaraj Party. Swaraj Party wanted to cooperate with the government by taking part in election. They wanted to revive cooperation they wanted to revive cooperation by taking part in council entry. Council entry. Taking part in council. Gandhi, in order to avoid the division of Indian National Congress, avoid the division of Indian National Congress, permitted members of Swaraj Party or the members of Congress to participate in election as per will. As per the wish. Therefore, Swaraj Party became party within Indian National Congress. Became party within Indian National Congress. Party within Indian National Congress. Party within Indian National Congress. Swaraj Party became party within Indian National Congress. So those who decided to contest election, they became pro-changer. They were known as pro-changer. Those who decided to contest the election, they became pro-changer. And those who remained non-cooperator, they became no changer. They became no changer. So pre-changer and no changer. Gandhi, in order to avoid the division of Indian National Congress, so pro-changer and no changer, permitted members of Swaraj Party to contest the election. So these are the some of the important points related to the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement and the consequences thereafter, one by one. Pro-changer and no changer. So large number of the members of Swaraj Party, large number of members of Swaraj Party participated in election. It acted as a pressure group. It acted as a pressure group it acted as a pressure group to participate in electoral process. They forced government to pass some of the laws that is related to reforms. That is related to reforms, social reform, economic reforms, political reforms, related to reforms. So large number of the members of Swaraj Party participated in election. They forced government to constitute Muddiman committee to inquire the functioning of diarchy in provinces. To inquire the functioning of diarchy in provinces. Muddiman committee to inquire the functioning of diarchy in provinces. In provinces. To inquire the functioning of diarchy in the provinces. In 1924, Gandhi was released from jail on the ground of health. Gandhi was released from jail on the ground of health. And he became president of Congress in Belgaum session of Indian National Congress. Belgaum is in Karnataka. So Belgaum session of Congress, Indian National Congress. Belgaum is in Karnataka. After this session, Gandhi devoted himself in constructive work. Gandhi devoted himself in constructive work. That is, mobilization of those who not yet became part of national movement. mobilization of those who not yet became part of national movement. That is, he wanted to increase the mass nationalism. He wanted to increase the mass nationalism. Mass nationalism. So look at the question, some questions I wanted to make you solve. Solve this question. And look at the explanation. A is wrong, B is correct. Because Gandhi clearly mentioned in one of his writings that the good of individual is contained in the good of all. This is something which inspired him to translate the book into Sarvodaya. So these are the statement. And this is the explanation. So he translated the book into Sarvodaya. Then the second question, what was the reason for Mahatma Gandhi to organize a satyagraha on behalf of the peasant of Khera? We have talked about that there was a famine code. If production is less than 25% of the normal, the peasants was liable to go for the tax exemption. This is a question, this is not PDF or notes. So what you can look into the question. Option 1. solve this question. Which reference to Rowlatt Satyagraha? With reference to Rowlatt Satyagraha, which of the following statements is correct? The Rowlatt Satyagraha was in reference to the Sedition Committee. In Rowlatt Satyagraha, Gandhiji tried to utilize the Home Rule League. Demonstrations against the arrival of Simon Commission coincided with the Rowlatt Satyagraha. So Simon Commission came to India in 1928 and Rowlatt Satyagraha in 1919. So there's no point of demonstration against the arrival of Simon Commission. Coincided with Rowlatt Satyagraha. So except 3, both are correct. 1 and 2. Both are correct. Gandhi used the Home Rule League movement to mobilize the Rowlatt Satyagraha. So the cadres of the Home Rule League movement was used by Gandhi. So that is the information I wanted to convey you. This is the reason why I opened this page to take the chance. We'll have more questions, 2-3 questions based on this study, but we'll meet you after the break. After the break, we will talk and carry the non-cooperation movement with Gandhian constructive work.